As an entrepreneur who is growing your business, there are different talents that you are going to need. How do you get those people to work for you? Under what kinds of arrangements should you bring them in? And how do you identify the arrangement that fits different skill or different expertise that you are looking for, and that is also suitable for the level and the stage of the business? That is the question I want us to answer in this video. So in this video, we want to talk about the different types of employment arrangements. The first that I will mention is permanent employment. Permanent employment are people who are employed to run the day-to-day activity of the organization. Their roles are very primary to the daily operational efficiency of the business. You cannot afford to have these types of people in any of the other kinds of employment that I am going to mention, right? So you have to employ them as permanent staff. I know the next question you will ask is, so how do I identify the kinds of people to employ as permanent staff? Well, that will depend on the kinds of business you are running and the type of structure you have put in place, and also your expertise as the owner of the business, as the founder of the business, and your availability too, right? So some of the positions you may want to consider will include positions such as operations manager. That is the person that coordinates your operations, your customer service, because every day you have to interact with customers, your sales representative, marketing officers, because you need to market, you need sales and all that. Maybe accountant, or it can still be freelance, but again, depending on the structure of your organization, right? So these people and any other position you think is very essential. If you're into production, you need people to operate your various machines and all that. All those people need to be permanent staff. So in a nutshell, permanent staff should be hired for permanent business needs that you know are going to be there, and that the business is always going to be needing it, whether sales are coming in or sales are not coming in. You need those things to be done, right? Then next is contract employment. Contract employment is a type of an employment arrangement where you put people on contract. For example, you say 3 months contract, 1 month contract, 6 months contract, 1 year contract. How do you know when to employ this type of strategy or this type of arrangement? When you have a contracted project, you have a short-term project that you are working on, maybe a 6-month project that you are working on. For example, you are operating in city A, you have your staff and everybody in city A, but you are being given a contract in city B. So you need to go to city B, and you need some people on ground in city B. You have 2 options. It is either you pick your people from city A and move them to city B, or you get some people in city B. So you may say, okay, let me use this opportunity and open a branch in city B, but you will not need permanent staff in city B, despite that vision. What you will need is contract staff. So get contract staff in city B to do the work, to do all the things that you need that can be done from your headquarters. You understand? So when you have a contract arrangement, a temporary project that you are working on, and you need extra hands, then you need a contract staff. That contract staff is going to work for that 6 months. Some of the things that are attributable to a permanent staff may also be attributed to them, such as your bonuses, of course, salary will be there, and then maybe insurance for that particular period of time that they are working with you, if you consider it necessary, because you need to provide all the necessary incentives that they need to to give in the commitment that you need from your permanent staff. The third type of employment is part-time employment. Part-time employment is different from a contract staff, which I just explained. A part-time staff work for a specific hours in a day. So there is something you needed done and you can't assign it to your staff. So you can employ someone to work on part-time. So the person can work for, like, let's say maybe 2 hours in a day. So the person work for 2 hours in a day, and that is it. So you pay the person for those 2 hours. You can pay the person per hour that the person works, or you can pay the person, for a week. For example, you say, okay, in a week, I need you to work for, 10 hours. So you pay the person for that 10 hours once the job is done and you are satisfied with the result. So that is part-time employment. So when you have a need that is also very, very minute and temporary in nature, if you can't go with contract employment, because it's not something that's going to take the whole day, so you probably don't need contract employment. What you need is a part-time staff, maybe something that can be completed within an hour. Just get someone on a part-time arrangement. The fourth type of employment arrangement I'm going to talk about is casual employment. Casual employment is applied for roles that are event-based. If you are into event business, or you are into fashion business, you want to do exhibition, or you are into events, you're organizing, you are helping to plan a wedding and put together some events, you want to consider casual employment. And what does this entail? This entails that those people work just for that particular event. For example, you need ushers, other staff for that particular event. If you're into construction, you don't also have to employ all those people who are going to work for you in a construction site. So you need casual laborers. So they come every day, they work, and then you pay them. So casual employers receive their pay on a daily basis, on an event basis. For example, if you're into construction, if today you come, they come today, they work, you pay them for that day, they go. Tomorrow, the same people may come, the same people may not come back. If they come today and they work and you're not impressed with their level of efficiency and expertise, you can decide to replace them tomorrow, because they're not under any form of permanent or rigid a rigid arrangement, right? So they are subject to be replaced anytime, and you need that flexibility for those kinds of project or for those kinds of work, especially when you are in an event. If you organize event one and you bring this person and the person did not perform well, in the next event you can decide not to bring the person again. Maybe the person is a caterer, maybe the person is a decorator, whatever it is, you understand, you can decide to bring in a different person entirely. So casual employment may be befitting for you if you are into certain kinds of business. The fifth type of employment I would like to talk about is what we call internship and graduate trainee programs. Now, sometimes finding the qualified experts you need is usually very, very difficult. The new strategy that have now been designed is leveraging internships. You find someone who has basic qualification, it doesn't really have all the expertise that you need, but then you bring in the person and then you train the person. Let's say you need 3 persons, but you can bring in like 10 people under the internship, under the graduate trainee program. You don't pay them the full benefit of being a staff. You pay them some form of allowance, and then you train them in the role. You can run it for 6 months or you can run it for 1 year. Then at the end of the period, you end the program, and then you can now offer proper employment to those who have performed well within the period. You can get interns from the NYC, and also from universities through the CWES programs. The sixth arrangement I will talk about here is outsourcing and freelancing. There are times when instead of hiring a staff, you may need to outsource it to an organization. For example, if you want to recruit, you can say, okay, let me outsource this recruitment to a recruitment firm. If you need marketing, there are marketing agencies that specialize on marketing other people's products. So instead of having your own marketing team or your own sales team, you can decide to outsource it, get a firm or an agency that specializes in marketing, and give them that contract to help you, handle your marketing, including branding. You can also get a branding agency. Usually branding and marketing usually go together. An agency that can help you do marketing can equally help you do branding. If you are running a business that is production based, you can also outsource certain components of that production. You understand? So look at it. Okay, which organization is doing better in these areas to ensure quality? Because if you want to do it yourself, employing the right talent and getting the right machine may be difficult for you to achieve at this stage of your business. So what you want to do is to outsource it to organizations that already have the machineries and the workforce to be able to produce the quality that you need. Outsourcing is something that even top tier organizations, also do. They outsource various components of their products. So sometimes outsourcing is also the best way to save cost, because sometimes paying another organization to help you do the job is more economical when compared to you constituting your own staff and buying your own machineries. Before you hire a new staff, you shouldn't be concerned about who you should hire. Your first concern is supposed to be about which employment arrangement fits the need of the business at that particular stage or at that particular time. It's important that you decide first on the employment arrangement that is befitting for your organization and for your level before you now go all out to carry out the employment. Thank you very much for watching this video. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.